Anyway, Sergeant Joel Morgan is suing property owner Janice Roberts, who reportedly is refusing to rent an apartment to him because he's a National Guardsman who has served in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Guantanamo Bay. Roberts told Sergeant Morgan in an April 9th voicemail that renting to him would be a conflict because, quote, "we are very adamant about our beliefs," according to the Boston Herald. It's just not going to be comfortable for us without a doubt. It probably would be better for you to look for a place that is a little bit less politically active and controversial, Roberts told Sergeant Morgan, according to the lawsuit. Sergeant Morgan said, "For her to do that to me, it was like a spit in the face for what we've gone through overseas to come home to our country and have people discriminate against us. It made me extremely insecure about being a soldier." Well, Morgan went ahead to file a lawsuit in Suffolk Superior Court and is accusing Roberts of violating a state law that prohibits landlords from refusing to rent to veterans. Now, Roberts has a written response to the lawsuit which claims that Morgan never returned a completed rental application, which he admits after hearing her voicemail. Let's go through this piece by piece. The first thing is, Roberts is probably right that it would be very uncomfortable to be in the situation where this guy is renting from her. She is very anti-war, and that has also affected her opinion of the individuals who have been serving. And it would be uncomfortable for him as well. I actually agree with that. This probably isn't a good living situation for either of them. Okay, would you agree with that?
I would have to agree that there might be some tension there, yeah.
Now, the fact that the woman now is backsliding and saying, well, it's not actually because he's a war veteran, it's because he didn't complete a rental application. It feels to me like she's been advised that she should probably go and focus on this technicality rather than the real reason she doesn't want him there, because that may not actually stand up legally. So that's why we're seeing a change in what she's saying, or maybe she thinks that that will just be beneficial from a PR point of view.
Yeah.
What's your thought on this?
On just that aspect of it?
The entire thing.
I think it's completely idiotic to think that, to just assume that this soldier is pro-war, pro-violence, pro-whatever you're against just because he enlisted. He didn't decide where he was going. He didn't start these wars. He's a soldier. This was his job.
What do you think, Natan?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of another case. Obviously, if there's a state law that talks about renting to soldiers, it's different. But let's say an anti-nuclear activist, and there's someone who works at a nuclear power plant. Can you refuse to rent them because you disagree with the very idea that someone would even work at a place like that?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what the difference would be.
The law prohibits discrimination based on, race, gender, those types of things which are covered. And then separately, there is this law which prevents the refusal of renting to veterans simply because they are veterans. It would sound to me like that is what's at play here, Lewis, based on my initial reading of this. At the same time, if I was this guy, I probably wouldn't want to live there anyway. Maybe now it's more about making this into a news story than about actually moving into that apartment. But if I were him, I wouldn't want to live there, to be completely honest. Does not excuse whether, if a law has been broken, a law has been broken, and we'll see that in the court.
Yeah, well, I mean, whether or not you want to make a story out of it, you want to prove a point, set a precedent, that's neither here nor there. That's up to the individual. But I personally, you're right, I wouldn't want to live there. Why would I want to deal with that?
All right.